Now, let's talk about the dynasties in China. So, in China, nagkaroon ng iba't ibang dynasties which is divided into two. We have yung early dynasties na tinatawag and we have imperial dynasties. When we say early dynasties, ito yung mga umusbong na dinastiya sa China. Noon pa man yung mga ancient, yung mga nauna, na wala pang unified rulers. And when we say imperial dynasties, this is ruled by an emperor. So, ibig sabihin, dito na nagkaroon ng unified or unifier ang China which is ruled by emperor. Kaya tinatawag siyang imperial dynasty. Ibig sabihin, may empire na. Okay? So, na-unify na yung China during this time. So, first, let's talk about the early dynasties in China. First, we have the Shah dynasty. When we say Shah dynasty, this is the earliest dynasty in China. And also, may etong Shah dynasty, wala siyang written record. No written record. So, anong meaning na to? Ibig sabihin, possible na hindi siya nag-exist. However, mostly ng mga taga-China, niniwala talaga na nag-exist siya dynasty and yung pag-pass niya is oral lamang. Walang written record at all. So, next is we have the Shang dynasty. Ang Shang dynasty ay known as the one who brought the Bronze Age in China. So, kumbaga, sila ay kilala for their bronze work and also known din sila for oracle bones. Yan. So, meaning, sila din yung nag-establish ng early writing. Okay? So, when we say oracle bones, ito yung nagsusulat sila sa isang, I don't know, ox or something. Basta yun. Tapos, ang purpose niya is divination or makipag-usap sa mga ancestors nila or sa mga supernatural beings. So, when we say oracle bones, parang siyang form of writing. Kaya nga sabi, early writing ay kilala rin sa panahon ng Shang Dynasty. Okay? Next, we have the Zhou Dynasty. Zhou Dynasty is the longest dynasty in China. Also, dito nag-start na magkaroon ng iba't ibang philosophers. Actually, dito namuhay si Confucius. Okay? So, si Confucius namuhay during the time of Zhou Dynasty. So, aside sa longest siya, dito rin nag-start na magkaroon ng feudal system. Also, dito rin nagkaroon ng na-establish yung civil service. Okay? So, yan ang Zhou Dynasty. Also, dito rin nagkaroon or na-introduce yung tinatawag nating mandate of heaven. So, when we say mandate of heaven, naniniwala sila na yung ruler nila ay pinadala ng Diyos. Kaya siguro siya longest then. Kasi pag naniniwala sila na pinadala ng Diyos yung ruler, mas stronger yung authority, kumbaga, na minandate or binigay dun sa ruler na yun. So, that's the Zhou Dynasty. Again, this is the longest. Dito na-establish yung yung feudal system, also yung civil service, and also dito nabuhay si Confucius, and dito rin nagkaroon ng tinatawag nating mandate of heaven. Nagkaroon din dito ng split into two, okay? The western and the eastern Zhou, okay? So next naman, dako na tayo sa imperial dynasties. Again, this is ruled by an emperor. So first, ang first emperor ng China is also known as Qin Shi Huang. So, siya ang first unifier ng China. First emperor ng China. So, ano ba nangyari during the Qin Dynasty? Dito, na-build yung tinatawag nating Great Wall of China. Also, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Yan, dyan siya pinatayo. So, nagkaroon din sila ng tinatawag nating legalized or standardized systems. So, na-standardize yung mga writing, yung measurement, etc. So, dito kasi nag-start na pinasunog ni King Shi Huang, yung mga philosophies na nag-flourish during the Zhou Dynasty, particularly yung mga turo ni Confucius. Pinasunog niya kasi nga nag-cause yata siya ng division sa China. So, as unifier, pinasunog niya para mawala yung iba't ibang mga ideologies. And in-standardize niya again yung writing, yung measurement, no, para may iisa silang identity sa China. Okay? So, that's King Shi Huang during the Qin Dynasty. And next, we have Han Dynasty. When we say Han Dynasty, ang keyword dito is known as the Golden Age of China. Okay? Sorry. So, this is also known as the Golden Age of China. So, dito, na-establish yung tinatawag nating Confucianism. Again, dito sa Zhou Dynasty, nabuhay si Confucius. Pero yung paniniwala niya, yung religion, na-established during the Han Dynasty or yung Confucianism. Okay? So, dito rin na-invent or na-open yung tinatawag nating Silk Road na naging rason upang makapag-trade ang China with the Western countries. Okay? And also, dito rin na-invent ang paper. So, ang nag-invent ng paper ay si Kai Lun. Okay? Tandaan yan. Kai Lun. So, dyan na-invent ang paper during the Han Dynasty. Next is the Sui Dynasty. Ito naman yung Han Dynasty, although it is the golden age of China, nag-end siya into disaster. So, kaguluhan or warring period again. That's why ang Sui Dynasty is ni-reunify niya ang China. Okay? So, siya yung second na nag-unify ng China after ni Qin Shi Huang. Okay? So, next naman is tinatawag nating Tang Dynasty. So, ang Tang Dynasty is known for what? This is also known as the second golden age. And also, this is the highest point of culture, arts, and international influence. So, dito na nag-start na yung China, naka-reach ng iba't ibang mga countries na influensyahan nila in terms of culture and arts. Okay, that's Tang Dynasty. Okay, so, next is yung Song Dynasty. Yung Song Dynasty is known for their economic prosperity. Okay, okay, so dito din nag-start na magkaroon ng iba't ibang technological inventions. Okay, so, ano mga inventions ang na-invent dyan? So, isa sa mga, tatlo sa mga greatest inventions in China dyan na-invent, which are the compass, the gunpowder, and the printing or yung movable printing. Okay, again, yung isa sa mga greatest inventor na-invent yung paper during the Han Dynasty and during the Song Dynasty naman na may technological inventions or innovation na invent ang compass, gunpowder, and yung movable printing. Okay, the Song Dynasty. And next, we have the Yuan Dynasty. This is Mongol-led. So, dito na yung, ang namuno ay isang mananakop. And particularly, siya ay si Kublai Khan. Apo siya ni Genghis Khan. Okay, so, that's Yuan Dynasty. Next is the Ming Dynasty. Siya ang nag-restore ng Han. So, again, Han is the golden age of China. So, during the Ming Dynasty, na-restore siya. And dito rin nagkaroon ng expanded trade, and exploration. Bakit exploration? Kasi during this time, nasabi dito, 14th century to 15th century siya nangyari. So, during this time, nagkaroon din ng age of exploration sa western countries, particularly sa Spain and Portugal. Kaya, Ming Dynasty is exploration din sa east, which is sa China, and nagganap siya during the Ming Dynasty. Okay? Nagkaroon ng trade and exploration. Also, na-restore ang Han Dynasty during the Ming Dynasty. And lastly, we have the Qing Dynasty. This is the last imperial dynasty in China, which is also Manchu-led. So, that's the dynasties in China. Okay, i-wrap up natin. Again, ang China divided into two, early dynasties and imperial dynasties. When we say early dynasties, may tatlo, Xia, Shang, and Zhou. Pag Xia, ito yung earliest, walang written record. Sa Shang, Bronze Age, bronze works. Dito rin nag-start yung oracle bones and early writing. In Zhou Dynasty, this is the longest dynasty in China. And also, dito namuhay si Confucius. Dito nagkaroon ng feudal system, ng civil service, and mandate of heaven. Next is we have the imperial dynasty. When we say imperial dynasties, led by an emperor. First unifier emperor in China, we have Qin Shi Huang. Okay, he is the one who led na magkaroon ng Great Wall of China, and also nag-standardize siya ng iba't ibang systems like writing, measurement, And the next we have Han Dynasty. Dito yung Golden Age of China. Dito na-establish yung Confucianism, And then dito rin na-invent ang paper by Kai Lun. And dito rin na-open yung Silk Road. Okay? Sa Sui Dynasty naman, siya yung nag-reunify ng China after ng Han Dynasty. And then Tang Dynasty. Ito naman yung highest point in culture, arts, and international influence in China. And then Song Dynasty, dito nag-start na magkaroon ng economic prosperity in China and technological inventions. Three of the four inventions, we have the compass, the gunpowder, and the movable printing. Okay? Next is yung Yuan Dynasty. Ito yung pinamunuan ni Kublai Khan or ng mga Mongols. And then next, Ming Dynasty, ni-restore niya yung Han Dynasty. Again, the golden age of China. And then dito nagkaroon ng trade and exploration. Okay, and then lastly, we have Qing Dynasty, which is the last imperial dynasty in China, which is Manchu then. So that's basically the dynasties in China.